There are moments in life when everything looks calm on the surface. The days move forward, the sun rises, people smile, work, pray, and sleep. From the outside, nothing appears wrong, but inside the mind, something feels unsettled. You wake up tired, even after resting. Your thoughts feel crowded, yet empty at the same time. You replay conversations that already ended. You question decisions you can no longer change. And in the quiet moments, when the world finally slows down, your mind refuses to follow. This is not weakness, and this is not failure. This is the weight of being human in a world that rarely pauses. Many people carry this weight silently. They function, they show up, they do what is expected. But beneath the routine, there is a quiet struggle most never speak about. A tension that lingers in the background. A heaviness that doesn't announce itself loudly but never truly leaves. A sense that something is off, even when life appears fine. And the most difficult part? It often feels invisible, unexplainable, easy for others to overlook. You may have prayed about it. You may have tried to stay positive. You may have told yourself, I should be stronger than this. Yet here you are, still searching for rest, still searching for peace. Tonight, this is not a place for answers shouted too quickly. This is not a place for pressure. And this is not a place for pretending everything is okay. This is a place to slow down, to listen, to acknowledge the quiet battles happening behind composed faces and steady voices. Because long before healing becomes visible, it begins in unseen places, in the mind, in the heart, in the moments when no one else is watching. And sometimes what feels like restlessness is actually an invitation to be still, an invitation to reflect, an invitation to discover that even in silence, you are not alone. So if your thoughts feel heavy right now, if your heart feels tired without knowing why, stay here. Let the noise soften. Let the pace slow. This story begins not with answers, but with understanding. And understanding is often where healing quietly starts. At first, nothing seems unusual. Life continues at its normal pace. Days pass, nights return, people move forward, doing what they've always done. And yet, not everything that shapes a person is visible. There are things that develop quietly, thoughts that grow in the background, emotions that settle into places no one else can see. From the outside, everything may appear ordinary. But behind closed doors, inside the mind, there is often another story unfolding. This is not a story told to alarm you. It is not here to overwhelm you, and it is not here to demand anything from you. This is a space to listen. A space created for moments when the mind feels restless, when the heart feels tired without a clear reason, and when silence feels louder than noise. You're not here to solve your life today. You are not here to find perfect answers. And you are not expected to feel better all at once. You are simply here to rest, to let your thoughts slow down, to allow your breathing to settle, to listen without needing to respond. Because healing does not always begin with change. Sometimes it begins with permission. Permission to pause. Permission to feel without explanation. Permission to sit with what has been carried for too long. These stories are not rushed. They unfold gently. They move at the pace the mind can handle. Each one carries a quiet reminder that even when understanding feels distant, presence still matters. Faith, in its truest form, does not always speak loudly. Often it waits patiently in stillness, meeting you not in strength, but in honesty. As you listen, there is no pressure to agree, No expectation to react, no requirement to believe more than you already do. Just stay. Let the words pass through you slowly. Let the silence between them do its work. Because sometimes what feels like unease is actually the mind asking for care. And sometimes what feels like darkness is simply the absence of rest. This hour is not about uncovering everything at once. It is about creating room for calm, room for reflection, room for a quiet sense of restoration to begin. And if God meets us anywhere, it is often here. In the still moments, in the listening, in the pause before understanding arrives. So remain here. Nothing is required of you. Just listen. Behind the calm surface of daily life, a quiet struggle was unfolding, not visible to anyone passing by, not spoken aloud, but deeply felt. There was a person, maybe like you, maybe unlike you, who sat in stillness night after night. Prayers whispered in the darkness, words spoken into the silence. And yet, no answers came, no signs, no visible change. The days stretched on, one after the other, filled with hope and disappointment intertwined. Each morning brought a new chance to believe things would shift. Each evening returned with the same quiet ache. Loneliness settled in, not the kind that is loud or attention-seeking, but the kind that weighs softly on the heart, pressing down without a sound. Doubt crept in like a shadow, small but persistent. Is this what faith looks like? Is this what trust demands? Questions like these are often the hardest to carry. They live in the spaces between prayers, in the moments when the mind is too tired to hope, but too restless to let go. Yet, in the midst of waiting, something unexpected begins to grow. Not a loud triumph, not an instant transformation, but a quiet strength. A strength forged in the patient refusal to give up, even when the reasons to continue seem hidden. It is the strength to stay present in the waiting, to believe that absence is not abandonment, to trust that the timing is not yours to command. One ancient truth whispers gently through the silence. Wait patiently for the Lord. Be brave and courageous. Yes, wait patiently for the Lord. This is not a call to passive waiting. It is an invitation to active trust, to find peace not in the speed of answers, but in the depth of faith. Because sometimes healing begins the moment you stop rushing God. On the surface, everything looked fine. Faith was spoken about with certainty. Prayers were said with conviction. The smiles were steady and the words confident. But beneath the surface, something was quietly shifting. There was a feeling growing in the shadows, not loud, not demanding, but heavy in its own way. A sense that the faith once so bright was dimming, that the steady trust was wavering. This person found themselves wrestling with questions they had never expected to ask. Questions that brought a strange kind of guilt. Am I failing because I don't feel certain anymore? Is my faith too small to matter? Why do others seem so sure when I feel lost? These thoughts circled endlessly, unnoticed by most. Because doubt is not something often welcomed in faith communities. It is seen as weakness, a sign of failure. And so, the struggle was kept quiet. Silent prayers for strength were whispered in the dark, even as the weight of uncertainty grew heavier. Comparisons crept in, measuring one's heart against others' faith, wondering why theirs seemed stronger, brighter, more unshakable. But what if faith isn't a competition? What if strength isn't measured by certainty alone? In the midst of this spiritual exhaustion, a quiet truth began to emerge, that God honors honesty, that faith, even when small, is still faith, that moments of doubt do not erase the journey already walked. Emotional burnout is real. It's a quiet thief that steals joy and peace without notice. And yet, it is not a sign that faith has failed, but that the human heart is tired. The invitation is not to hide the struggle, but to bring it into the light, to know that small faith still counts, that being honest with God about your doubts does not make you less faithful, but more human. Because sometimes the bravest act of faith is simply to keep going, to carry your questions and your small faith with courage, and to trust that even in moments of uncertainty, you are deeply known and deeply loved. There is a moment in every story when the noise fades away, when the rushing thoughts quiet down and the mind begins to settle. Right now, you are invited into that moment. Take a breath here, slowly, deliberately. Let your chest rise and fall. Let the weight you've been carrying rest for just a moment. What is it you feel right now? Not what you think you should feel, but what is really there beneath the surface. Is it heaviness? Is it a quiet hope? Is it a question that has lingered too long without an answer? Sit with that feeling. Don't try to change it. Don't rush past it. This is a pause, a place where your mind can slow down enough to notice itself. And as you breathe, notice how the silence between your thoughts grows larger, allowing space for something new to emerge. Perhaps a gentle calm, perhaps a quiet reassurance. Whatever it is, let it come softly, without force, without expectation. Sometimes healing begins not with answers, but with the willingness to be still. So take this moment. Let your thoughts slow down. Let your heart rest. And when you are ready, we will continue. But for now, just be here. On the surface, life can appear orderly, plans carefully made, steps taken one after the other, goals set and pursued. But sometimes, beneath the carefully crafted exterior, a different story is unfolding. A story not of success, but of struggle, not of victory, but of brokenness. There was someone like many of us, who felt deeply unworthy, whose life had taken unexpected turns, whose hopes had slipped through fingers that tried desperately to hold on. Mistakes were made, doors closed, dreams changed, and with those moments came shame, a heavy weight that settled on the heart, the kind of shame that whispers, "You don't belong here," the kind of shame that convinces you that healing is only for those without scars. But here's what is often unseen. God doesn't wait for perfection. God doesn't stand at a distance, watching only when everything looks right. God is found in the mess, in the brokenness, in the places where shame tries to take root but cannot fully settle. It is there, amid the shattered plans and quiet regrets, that healing begins. Not with demands or conditions, but with acceptance. Acceptance of where you are. Acceptance of who you've been. Acceptance of the fact that worthiness is never earned, but always given. This story is a reminder that no matter how far life has strayed from the path you imagined, God's presence remains. And at that presence, you are invited to begin again. There are nights when the world around you grows quiet, but inside, your mind refuses to follow. When the stillness feels heavy, not peaceful, when thoughts come crashing one after another, relentless and uninvited, it's as if your mind is a restless traveler, unable to find a place to pause, replaying worries, fears, and what-ifs, unable to escape the constant hum of anxiety that refuses to fade. Fear takes hold, not of what is, but of what might be. Tomorrow looms like a shadow just beyond reach. and the weight of uncertainty presses down harder than the night itself. This is the place many find themselves, exhausted by thoughts that never stop moving, haunted by a future they cannot control. But here is where the story begins to shift. Not by silencing the mind with force, but by learning to surrender control. To trust that peace is not found in mastering every fear, but in taking life one day at a time. To understand that some things are not meant to be carried alone, not because you are weak, but because release is a form of strength. It is an invitation to rest the weary mind, to lay down the burden of constant worry, to find in surrender a quiet freedom. Because faith is not about having the perfect plan or controlling every outcome. Faith is about trusting enough to release what you cannot change and embracing the grace to face each day as it comes. In this rest, there is healing, there is calm, there is the gentle reminder that you are not alone in the night, and that even when your mind races, your spirit can still find peace. Even now, as these words reach you, there is something quietly powerful happening. You are still here, still listening, still holding on. And that matters more than you may realize. Because in a world that moves so fast, where answers seem distant and peace feels fleeting, the simple act of staying present is itself an act of courage. It means your heart has not given up. It means there is a strength within you, sometimes hidden, sometimes faint, but there. Strength that carries you through restless nights. Strength that guides you through moments of doubt. Strength that whispers gently, you are not alone. So if you are here, if your spirit is still seeking rest, know this: you are stronger than you think. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to carry every burden alone. You don't need to rush toward healing. It is enough to simply be. And if this message touches something deep inside you, if it speaks to a place of quiet hope or gentle struggle, feel free to leave a small sign. Type "I'm healing" in the comments below. Let this be a quiet reminder that we walk this path together, not as strangers, but as souls gently supporting one another. Your presence here is a light. Your willingness to stay is a gift. Thank you for listening. Thank you for trusting. Thank you for being exactly where you are. As this moment draws to a close, there is a stillness inviting you to rest, a quiet space where the noise of the day can gently fade away and the mind can begin to find peace. You have carried much, perhaps more than you realize, but here, in this place of calm, you are invited to release it all. Let go of worry, let go of doubt, let go of the burdens that weigh heavily on your spirit. Know that you are not alone, not in your questions, not in your fears, and not in your longing for healing. There is a presence, steady and true, that meets you exactly where you are. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. May these words wrap around your heart tonight, bringing comfort beyond understanding. May your mind find rest, deep and true. May your spirit be soothed by quiet assurance. May your heart remember that it is held, not by perfection, but by unending grace. And as the music fades softly in the background, let this be a moment of renewal. A gentle reminder that healing is not a race, but a journey walked with patience and love. Rest now, breathe deeply, and know in the stillness you are deeply cared for. If this message has brought you peace, kindly consider subscribing to this channel. Join us here for more moments of quiet hope and gentle strength.